Hello and happy day. Have you reminded yourself to slow down today, to reduce the noise, to listen? My name is Igor S.F. Walker, and I'm here to remind people to slow down, to reduce the noise, to walk their lives into a natural flow. Welcome back to the Book of the Week series. Every week, as I read another amazing title, I share it with the world. And today, we look at Man's Search for Meaning by Victor Frankl. Life is not primarily a quest for pleasure, as Freud believed, or a quest for power, as Adler thought, but a quest for meaning. The greatest task for any person is to find meaning in his or her life, and Frankl saw three possible sources for meaning: in work, doing something significant; in love, caring for another person; and in courage during difficult times. Suffering in and of itself is meaningless. We give our suffering meaning by the way in which we respond to it. A man's suffering is similar to the behavior of gas. If a certain quantity of gas is pumped into an empty chamber, it will fill the chamber completely and evenly, no matter how big the chamber. Thus, suffering completely fills the human soul and conscious mind, no matter whether the suffering is great or little. Therefore, the size of human suffering is absolutely relative. Forces beyond your control can take away everything you possess, except one thing: your freedom to choose how you will respond to the situation. You cannot control what happens to you in life, but you can always control what you will feel and do about what happens to you. The salvation of a man is through love and in love. And I understand how a man who has nothing left in this world still may know bliss, be it only for a brief moment, in the contemplation of his beloved. War may give the impression that the human being is completely and unavoidably influenced by his or her surroundings. But what about human liberty? Is there no spiritual freedom in regard to behavior in reaction to any given surroundings? Is that theory true, which would have us believe that man is no more than a product of many conditional and environmental factors, be they of a biological, psychological, or sociological nature? Is man but an accidental product of these? Most importantly, do the prisoner's reactions to the singular word of the concentration camp prove that man cannot escape the influences of his or her surroundings? Does man have no choice of action in the face of such circumstances? Everything can be taken from a man, but one thing, the last of the human freedoms, to choose one's attitude in any given set of circumstances, to choose one's own way. If there is meaning in life, then there must be meaning in suffering too. Suffering is an unavoidable, ineradicable part of life, even as faith and death. Without suffering and death, human life cannot be completed. So do not aim at success. The more you aim at it and make it a target, the more you are going to miss it. For success, just like happiness, cannot be pursued, it must ensue. And it only does so as an unintended side effect of one's dedication to a cause greater than oneself, or as the byproduct of one's surrender to a person other than oneself. Public opinion poll was conducted in France, and the results showed that 89% of the people polled admitted that man needs something for the sake of which to live. Moreover, 61% conceded that there was something or someone in their lives for those and whose sake they were even ready to die. Another statistical survey of 7,948 students at 48 different colleges was conducted by social scientists from Johns Hopkins University. Their preliminary report, as part of a 2-year study sponsored by the National Institute for Mental Health, asked what they considered very important to them. 16% of the students checked making a lot of money, and 78% said their first goal was finding a purpose and meaning to my life. Happiness cannot be pursued. It must ensue. One must have a reason to be happy. Once the reason is found, however, one becomes happy automatically. As we see, a human being is not one in pursuit of happiness, but rather in search of a reason to become happy. And last and not least, through actualizing the potential meaning inherent and dormant in any given situation. If you have enjoyed this video, please do like it, share it with the world, subscribe to my channel, and you can find a direct link to this book in the description below. So get it and read. Thank you. Love and respect.